Hi, beautiful beings. So today I want to share you about how to process shame. So I created these 4 steps, and hopefully this can somehow help you in your journey. So the first step is accepting and admitting shame. The questions that you can ask is, what exactly do you feel shame about? And if you're feeling shame, it's probably because you have a certain expectation about yourself that you weren't able to meet. And that's why you're punishing yourself by feeling shame and feeling you're not enough, or you're not good enough, or you're bad, or you're worthless. So the question is, what was your expectation that you were not able to meet that you're punishing yourself with right now? So ask those 2 questions and really feel it and really admit it, really acknowledge it. Because the more you repress those emotions, the more it's going to linger on you and the more it's going to be charged in your body. So express it. So feel it, express it. And when you own it, own the feeling of shame, say to yourself, perhaps you can look into the mirror and say to yourself, I accept and love the me that thinks something, something, something. I accept and love the me that thinks, and you write a thoughts of your shame. Yeah? Okay. And step 2 is about forgiveness. Forgiveness to yourself and for other people. So you forgive yourself about having the thoughts about shame. And what I mean by having forgiveness about others is that this shame that you're feeling right now, it's something that you learned. You learn from your caregiver. You learn it from your parents. You learn it during your childhood to feel shame, so adults can control you. Or that the caregiver, if they also feel shame about themselves, and if they haven't processed through in a healthy way, they're going to project their own fear. They're going to project their own insecurity and ego onto you, onto their children. It's just a natural way. So you learn the shame somewhere. And this is a really great thing to know, because it means that if you in a way were educated to learn about shame, it also means that you can relearn yourself, you can re-educate yourself. It also means that the shame that you're feeling is not absolute truth. And if it's not an absolute truth, there's no need for you to hold on to it and still believe in it. You can unlearn it. You can unshackle yourself. So the step 2 will be forgiving yourself and the others. You can look in the mirror and tell yourself, I accept and forgive and love the person, society that made me believe this. Say it with me. I forgive and love the person in the society that made me believe this. And this is really, really huge. Because if you can actually heal, I don't like the word heal, but if you can overcome and transmute this shame, then you won't give this to other people, because you won't be projecting your own shame to other people. And you can be walking with more open heart, and more new great energy will come into your life, because your shame won't be draining you down. Okay. Step 3 is loving your inner child. So if you have shame, your inner child is still hurt, is still wounded. So actually go back to the past, or go back to the timeline that you were hurt, or when you learned this shame, go back to that timeline and talk to your inner child, talk to yourself, love yourself. Imagine that your inner child is right in front of you, And what would you like to tell him or her? What would you like to tell yourself? How would you like to love yourself? How would you like to have someone tell you things? You know? What kind of advices would you like to receive, or what kind of what did you want to have during that time? So actually go back to that timeline and give so much love to your inner child that is so hurt. And this is really, really huge. Take time and create time and schedule a time for you to make love. That sounds strange, but like to give lots of love to your inner child. And when you do this, what happens is that you go to that timeline of yourself, you give lots of love. And if you can do that, what would happen is that your here and now timeline will start to change as well, because your frequency of that timeline starts to change. So I know this is a little bit difficult to digest and understand, but everything is happening in the here and now. And in this here and now, they're your multidimensional self still experiencing that. But if you can give lots of love into that timeline, then that timeline will be healed. And in the here and now version of timeline, you'll have a past that didn't exist. Okay? So I know this is and so this is why sometimes, you know, when something happens in the past, but you completely heal yourself that you don't really remember, it's because that timeline is already healed and it doesn't really belong to the here and now version of yourself's timeline. That's why that memory is a little bit foggy, or it's not really clear. However, if there is a timeline in you that's still wounded, it will be usually like vivid, like you can vividly remember, you can vividly hear what's happening because it's real for you in this right and now. So, in order for you to unshackle this timeline, give lots of love so you can create a more harmonious frequency in the here and now. I hope that makes sense. I might just cut this off to make it more simplified. Okay. And step four is embodying. What I mean by embodying is, in step 3, you went to your inner child to love. And through this love, you will be acting differently. Not the same version, but someone more who really believes in worthiness. Like, feel into that. Feel how it will feel the opposites of shame. And really live up to it. So probably your posture will be changing, how you speak might be changing, your facial structure, your facial expression might be changing. So in a way, act, like be an actress and actor, and act as if you have no shame at all. And relive each of your past. And what would this do? It would like reattune your timeline into the frequency that you want. So, through the step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, just keep on repeating it until you feel a big shift in yourself. The reason why it is really important to have a repetition with emotional intensity, so with like really acting on it, really believing you're talking with your inner child, is because by doing this, you will be changing and restructuring your neural pathway. And by creating more empowering neural pathway, what would happen is that you'll be creating more like mindsets, of more empowering mindsets, which will then bring you empowering behaviors, which will then bring you empowering reality. Yeah. So I hope this helped. Yeah. So sending you lots of love. A lot of love to you And I hope you have a beautiful day today. And it will be so nice if you can like or even share and send it to your friend about this video so more people can be more open and feel free or have new ideas about how to relate to yourself. Yeah? So I love you. Have a beautiful day. Mwah. Until tomorrow or until next time. Bye. Woo.